Howdy! Sorry, Pops, but you're out of luck. Got no more birds. Last one went this morning. These are spoken for. That or they're not fit for riding. But I can see you're in a bind, so I'll bump you up the list. For a price, of course. 10 grand each. Well, there is one other option. Only cost you $1,000, is what a scoundrel might say. But I wouldn't dream of distressing y'all further. Just so happens one of our birds ran off the other day. Wild thing, but still a fine chocobo. If you can manage to find and catch him, then he's yours. Free of charge. Yeah, why not? Name's Pico. The hardest-headed bird you'll ever meet. By far. And he's the spitting image of Pops here. You can start by looking for his tracks. Find those, and you're sure to find the feet that made him. Now, wild chocobos can be a bit skittish around people, but if you play it cool and creep up real quiet-like, you'll wrangle them no problem. And one last thing. This info comes free of charge, provided you promise to stop by our shop. Speak to Chloe back there. She'll sell you whatever you need. If y'all can catch our runaway and get his butt back here, riding and rearing lessons are on me. You check out the shop yet? Even if you're flat broke. Just humor me. Need something? Start by looking for fresh tracks. Once you spot them, birds are rarely more than a stone's throw away. Birds in the wild are much more skittish than kept ones. Gonna have to be real quiet on the approach, else they'll bolt. Good luck wrangling Pico! Gear serves all sorts of purposes, from the cosmetic to the practical. Can even improve a race bird's performance. Won't cost you a gill. Golden plumes only. Chloe. That's none of these good folks' business. Don't tell anyone what she told you. Sam's one of the biggest names in the business. If he gets wind of that story, our ranch is done for. Not so much as a feather out of place. Got one healthy bird here, sure. Though I wouldn't try till he's done eating. Once he's had his fill, though, I'm sure he'll come around to the idea, if we ask him nice. Ain't that right? I'll need to prep his gear and all that, so why don't you wait outside? Pico doesn't much like eating when strangers are nearby. Mind waiting outside for a bit? Wait, Cloud? We were making our way to the saucer for Pico's racing debut, when these ones nabbed us. Our trek through the desert did a real number on him. Can barely lift a claw. If he doesn't eat and regain his strength, I don't fancy his chances. I'm coming too. It's a start, but nowhere near enough. Yeah, he's looking a lot better now, but we could get him in great shape with a touch more. Old Pico's right as rain, and fit to hit the track whenever you are. Not gonna do a few laps for practice? You better do right by me and Pico and not lose today, you hear? Especially not to one of Sam's birds. Our ranch needs this win, so give it everything you got. For us, we'd have a better shot at getting first with the right gear. I'm thinking he needs more gear. Pico's as ready as he'll ever be. If you can't win, you got no one to blame but yourself. Our Pico's no quitter. He ain't going down without a fight. You guys moving on then? Since you put Pico's name on the map, we'll stick around for a bit. Try and get a winning streak going. Besides, we still got a score to settle. No man with a bird is ever truly alone. Hey, Cloud, I know you need to hit the road, but if you're ever itching to get back in the saddle, come around. Pico will be here. No, he'd love a victory lap. It's been a minute since a chocobo of ours won anything. Gramps and Chloe are gonna be over the moon. Gotta make sure our ranch's name is on everyone's lips. If you want to race, just holler. Oh, hey Cloud, got some news. Apparently the powers that be like what we have to offer. Gave us permission to race in the Gold Cup. So I went and signed you up as soon as I could. After all, you're the best jockey I know. The Cup is 3 races, and you get points based on where you place in each. Bird with the most at the end wins. But the races are nothing like you've ever seen before. Gotta be on the ball if you want to take the top spot. Anyway, when you're ready to face off against the finest riders this side of the continent, head on over to registration. Your bird will be in peak condition. Trust me, ready to ruffle some feathers in the Gold Cup? Cloud! I can't believe it. This is really happening. We're about to race in the Gold Cup. Oh, hell. I can't tell you how long I've been waiting for this moment. We made it! Couldn't even if I wanted. Okay, Cloud, your bird's ready and raring to go. All that's left is... Billy. I work on Bill's ranch. You might remember my parents, Will and Clara. Since you killed them, don't play dumb. You were mad their business was eating into your profits, so you got them addicted to gambling. It was all part of your grand plan. I ain't just some stupid kid. and I'll prove it to you. If my man here wins the gold cup, that's proof I'm old enough to hear your truth. No use beating ourselves up, I say. Let's focus on winning the next one instead. Certainly didn't expect a race this prestigious to be a cakewalk. But hey, still got time to get back on the bird. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear eats you. If we're gonna win this thing, we gotta train a hell of a lot harder. You did it, Cloud! You really did it! You went and won us the gold cup! Just tell me, what happened to my parents? I held up my end of the bargain. Now it's your turn. They say anything about me? Or my sister? I can't believe it. I've had it wrong this whole time. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm gonna do this on my own. Me and Chloe and Gramps, I mean. I'm gonna do my parents proud. You'll see. It may take some time, but I'll make sure their legacy lives on. I don't get it. If Gramps knew all this, why'd he make it sound like Sam was to blame? I know. Still, if an opportunity did happen to come along, you'd help me out, wouldn't you? You had me going there. If I'm gonna get the money to buy back my parents' ranch, I'll need to rack up more wins. I'm fixing to brush up on my knowledge of wild chocobos. I saw your battle with that bastard Corneo. Felt real good seeing you tan his hide like that. Man like that deserves a slow death in the desert. I've been going over the documents Mom and Dad left behind. It's a lot to wrap my head around. Seems Sam's people got plenty to teach me about environmental conservation work. How are the races treating ya? Hey, perfect timing. Pico's all prepped. But first, here, you just give that whistle a toot and your chocobo will come a-running. So, who here's never been on Chocoback? Why don't we take a few laps to get you comfortable then? Come with me. This way! Where you going? Here's where we get our birds in shape for the races. The gold saucers, I mean. They're a big deal in our community. Won't find a ranch around here that doesn't compete. We've been sitting it out since Mom and Dad left. But we're gonna get back in the fight soon and kick the tar out of one particularly nasty weasel. But never you mind all that. You just focus on the basics, like making sure you don't get thrown from the saddle. Why don't you try hopping on Pico and giving me a holler? Remember now, just give your whistle a blow to ride your chocobo. Come on, call Pico already, will ya? Okay, but how's about we stretch his legs a bit? I'll be here when you're ready. Y'all ready to run? That was something else. You and Pico are a perfect match. Might even have what it takes to win a race or two at the Gold Saucer. Not terrible, but hey, now that you got the basics, it's just a matter of practice. Oh, that reminds me. Y'all mentioned your flat broke, right? Then you might want to swing by Calm again. Now that the troopers have cleared out, it's probably safe for you to ask around for work. Though, don't run off just yet. My sister's looking for help. Not sure what the trouble is. Didn't want to confide in me for whatever reason. Honestly, she hasn't been herself since Mom left. They did dang near everything together. You looking to practice? Track's yours if you need it. What's up? Keep riding like that and you'll clean up at the races. You're a bona fide jockey, all right. Got nothing left to teach you anymore. Another lap wouldn't kill you. Gotta be in sync with your bird to do well. They'd boo you right out of the saucer for that performance. There something I can help you with? Chloe, did you make this? Thanks. So? I appreciate you helping out Chloe. Can't remember the last time I saw her smile like that. Huh? Cloud? I haven't had much luck at the racetrack lately. Not the good kind, that's for sure. So I came here to train. You don't know where you are? This is the home of the Chocobo Sage, a living legend. Surely you've heard of the man. You okay, sir? This is Cloud. He's a jockey for Gramps' ranch. There's this big race at the Saucer, the Gold Cup, and it's coming up soon. We gotta get in on that, so I came here to bone up. I'm learning all sorts of stuff. See? I suppose I haven't done much to pick up after him. Dunno about Coot, but Gramps did say he was already old when he was young. If anyone was gonna get it, figures it'd be you. This man right here wrote the book on chocobo rearing. In fact, pretty much all the major breeds maintained these days are products of his techniques. Sorry! Please, Cloud, would you mind? Just think of it as a favor for me. You've got a gift for wrangling the wild ones. Guess we're both boning up now, huh? Hey, you find the bird the Chocobo Sage was talking about? If you're having trouble, just start by looking for tracks. Hey, nice going catching Selena. Sage is gonna be real pleased. What? Did I hear you right? Sam? You gotta tell me everything you know about him. The Sam guy you taught. You mean Chocobo Sam out of Midgar? Because me and him, we got history. You see, I'm Will's son. That's not the Sam I know. Sam's a demon. He led my parents to an early grave, got them hooked on gambling, pushed them to rack up tons of debt. And then, only one Sam in this business. I swore that I'd humiliate him by winning the Gold Cup. Destroy his reputation. Then I'd at least have some kind of revenge for what that bastard did to my parents. Excuse me? If not for him, then please, do it for me. I need to know what happened to my dad. Can't believe my dad and uncle trained here back in the day. I bet he was scheming against my dad ever since they were both apprentices. You find any choco grass? Y'all should have no trouble snagging some if you've got a bird that can walk on water. Oh, welcome back. Get any choco grass? Sage is gonna be real pleased. Please, tell me about my father. If Cloud wins, does that mean you'll finally tell me about my dad? Make sure you're good and ready. What are you thinking? The Sage's bird is something else. Let's try some different gear. I'm counting on you, Cloud. A promise is a promise, sir. Please tell me more about my dad and Uncle Sam. I figured. What do you mean? I guess it's 'cause I saw how happy those birds made my mom and dad. How they'd smile. The Chocobos brought us a lot of fun. And brought us together as a family. I guess that's why. Thank you. Sir, thanks for everything. I'm gonna head back to the saucer. Make sure our birds are ready for the big race. Don't worry about putting your name in. I'll take care of it. All you need to do is show up and win. There's still lots I'd like to know about my parents. Lots more I'd like to know about my Uncle Sam, too. Maybe winning that race will give me a chance to ask him myself. I suppose the produce here ain't all bad. I mean, compared to the stuff folks are growing out in the grasslands, it's downright dire. But hey, I ain't picky. People around the prison have been telling me they give their birds sand baths to get them clean. Wonder if it's any better for them than a standard brush down. Maybe I'll give it a try with Pico. And that makes 3. Once Pico's had his fill, he'll be ready to hit the track and win us that race. You think the gear Esther's got is any good? Ideally, it'd give Pico an edge and be pleasing to the eye. Our boy's one handsome bird, you know. We want equipment that'll accentuate his features. You better take home that trophy, you hear? Today's victory will be our stepping stone to the big one, the Gold Cup. I know Pico's ready to win it all, but are you? 6 is plenty. Pico will get sluggish if he eats too much. Let's check in with Esther. I'll wait right here. Leave the green hunting to you. Wouldn't want to get in the way. Going for more? Well, be here if you need me. Didn't find nothing? Got your hands on some greens, huh? Howdy.